that may or may not have just happened. But Jojo. Oh, bueno. We're about to get started in here. Demo. Those things that thing happened. But hello. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. We have had those recently, but we haven't had those in the past current weekends. Been busy, been around, been flying. Friday was a rock concert, and that was pretty damn cool, man. So I did mention things were gonna get a bit fluctuated in these months, but hey, man, that's kind of where we're at with it as far as I'm concerned. Life happens, whether you go for it or don't. Remember, and the whole point of it is to just, get in there, enjoy, experience, spread, care, and share. And that's something that I take very personally, and I enjoy doing for the sake of being a human. And I appreciate that we're at a point that we can do this more, let's call it efficiently. Like, in order to get things done back in the day, you probably have to do a lot more things, hoops, jump through hoops and stuff. But thankfully, one is born in a generation where you're able to just do whatever the fudge you want, because the access and the tools are available to you. And that is the beauty of creation and understanding and knowing what it means to actually invest in the technology that is being thrown at us by the universe. So, with all that being said, yeah, man, it's a freaking Sunday, and I like Sundays. I actually do. Some might say it's a super Sunday because apparently there's this pigskin being thrown back and forth for billions of dollars in the betting zone. But don't worry, it's not staged. But you know what is staged? Mr. Bunny himself. So however you feel about that, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Like, I played football in high school. So if you're going to tell me that a Mexican shouldn't be allowed at a football stadium, you can tackle me for that. Or you can try. Ay, vámonos. Because it is time. I enjoy. We go. And then, yeah, I got to start setting up for the afternoon. We're going to have a little kickback session. Mashed potatoes are involved. So don't go to the soup store. Yeah. Iku. Yo. Still you remember. I just had to try it one time, just once. Ikuzo. This is gonna be fun because I never played it with capo. It's kind of most of my older songs don't really get capos, but I enjoy. So let's go. Happy Sunday. Backed my car into a cop car the other day. Well, he just rolled off, sometimes laughs, okay. I ran my mouth up a bit too much, on what did I say? Well, you just left it all, 'cause it's all okay. I know. Okay, and we'll all float on, okay. We'll float on, okay. And we'll all float on anyway. Well, I think Jamaican took every last time with the scam. It was worth it just to learn from slang. Bad news comes, don't you worry, and when it lands, good news will work its way all little and fast. We both got fire on exactly the same day. We'll float on, good news is on the way. It's called muscle memory. I'll float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, alright. Don't worry, we'll all float on. We'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, alright. Don't worry if things end up a bit too heavy. We'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, okay. Don't worry, we'll all float on. Even if things get heavy, we'll all float on, alright. Already we'll all float on, alright. Don't worry, we'll all float on, oh, all float on. High school. Was that middle school or was that high school? Doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it was middle school. That's when we started learning how to play guitars. Yeah, man. Honestly, if you couldn't tell earlier, what happened there is that it's muscle memory. And I was like, what is this capo doing here the first time around? But anyways, classic, at least for my end and my neck of the woods. Demo. I think you actually do use capo. Why stop at one? Is what we usually try to do if we had time and all that stuff. I like to start with a vibe. So, ¿por qué no? Dale ganas. Back in my day. Cable first. Tanto. Let me know that I've done wrong when I've known this all along. I go around a time or two and just to waste my time with you. Tell me all that you've thrown away. Find out games you don't wanna play. You are the only one that needs to know. I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Don't tell anyone or you'll be just another regret. Maybe you can keep it my dirty little secret. Who has to know when we live such fragile lives? It's the best way we survive. go around a time or two just to waste my time with you. Tell me how that you're thrown away. Find out games you don't wanna play. You are the only one that needs to know. I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Don't tell anyone, no, you'll be just another regret. I hope that you can keep it my dirty little secret. Who has to know the way she feels inside? Those thoughts I can't deny. These sleeping dogs won't lie. And now I'll try to lie. It's bleeding me apart. Trace this life out. I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Don't tell anyone how you me, just another regret. I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Don't tell anyone, no, you'll be just another regret. Hope that you can keep it my dirty little secret, dirty little secret, dirty little secret. Who has to know? Not again. All you gotta do is to move along, dude. That's it. Demo. 2 songs is where we put the little mark. This is a news segment, not a actual concert segment. But hey, give it time. With that, we will bid the adieu. I'll leave you with my nice, dependable host, and I will catch you all. Just like people are about to catch those pigskins. Ciao. Matane. It's the new segment. Do what love mean? Because baby, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Seattle Mariners baseball team holds second One Piece night on March 31st. So they're going pretty strong. You know what I mean? Demo. This is by Kenneth Ikuto Gross over at the Anime News Network. Vamonos. Toei Animation announced on Wednesday that the legendary anime series One Piece is returning to T-Mobile Park in collaboration with the Seattle Mariners baseball team for One Piece night on March 31st. That is one day after... No, March 10th is Mario's birthday. Mario Day. Not birthday, Mario Day. Attendees will receive a commemorative One Piece Seattle Mariners baseball jersey. There you go. Fly out there. Watch some trees and stuff. Along with the jersey, ticket holders can also participate in a One Piece card game demo at Victory Hall. The demo will begin at 2:30 p.m. and run until 5 p.m. Second One Piece night will see the Mariners take on New York Yankees on the second game in a 3-game series. First Seattle Mariners One Piece night ran on April 8th, 2025. Ticket holders are back then received a commemorative One Piece Seattle Mariners t-shirt. The Mariners faced Houston Astros in the second game in the 3-game series, with the Mariners losing 1-2. However, the Mariners did win the 3-game series. Very nice. So there you go. That's actually right, because we've been seeing One Piece. We've been seeing... Who are the other kids? Naruto was at the baseball stadium, I think, one time. And then who was the people that did the basketball? Because that was crazy. So we got baseball, we got basketball. I'm pretty sure the Olympics kind of counts. So, I mean, hey, man. All you need to understand is that America really wants their anime characters, right? And that's interesting that it's gotten to a point where it's enough for, I think of them as the college kids. Again, I played football in high school. I understand the path that quote unquote needs to be followed to be that person or whatever. But it's interesting to think that those dudes grew up on One Piece and all that stuff. And I don't know why anime. I understand the Mariners and One Piece. That's actually like chef's kiss. Good work. But anime in sports. Horses on the race field. Interesting. Uma Musume movie coming soon. Don't trip. But hey, it's a new wave. We'll keep on seeing more of these. Probably more collaborations, like annual collaborations. Okay, it makes sense that April 8th compared to March 31st. That is still within the same time frame. I can assume that they're going to keep on shooting for that weekend, keep on doing this event, which is great. Everybody have fun. People meet new people. And baseball games get baseball gaming. So if you're into baseball, or if you're into catching strays from the law, then hey, it's your team. Because as are the truth of the Winter Olympics. It gets weird out there. Much less when you're out in the competitive stage, right? A lot of people would do almost anything when it comes. Oh, I just realized this is framing. It's fun. A lot of people would do a lot of things to get like where they need to be. So let's find out. Yeah, not too bad. Deep and good and copyright time. Let's go. This is like, okay, here we go. Winter Olympics will make sure nobody cheats by injecting their peanuts with acid. What? I didn't think that was where this was going. Pork Lake, some ski jumpers are injecting hydraulic acid to cheat this year. Okay. This is by Zach Swain over at Kotaku. Are male ski jumpers injecting a specific kind of acid into their penises in order to gain a small advantage over their competitors? Maybe. But if so, don't worry. Winter Olympics officials are on it. As reported by the BBC, there's a strange rumor floating around men's ski jumping. And it all started after German news. Sorry. Someone out there, and I understand logistics, and I kind of see where this is going because I've seen videos of like stupid people. But someone out there was like, you know how we use oil pressure for elevators? Yeah, jam that shit in my legs, man. As reported by BBC, there's been a strange rumor floating around me ski jumping. It all started with German newspaper Bild reported in January that some athletes were injecting hydraulic acid into their penises before being measured by officials in their tight-fitting suits. Why? Apparently, the acid, which is not banned, causes the injected penis to grow in circumference by about 1 or 2 centimeters, or a little less than an inch. In theory, this would increase the surface area of the ski suit during jumps, which could possibly increase how far the skier flies to help them eke out a win. Oh, okay. There's an in-streak coming out of this. Got it. Every extra centimeter on the suit counts, and if your suit has a 5% bigger surface area, you fly further. Those are that's math. Yes. Ski jumping men's race director Sandro Pertile told the BBC before the start of the season, ski jumpers are 3D scanned and measured to create tight skin suits. Part of the measuring process includes the amount of fabric around the crotch, so a bit more girth could provide a little more fabric, and that could equal a slightly longer jump. Are ski jumpers injecting acid into their penises to cheat? There's just one problem with this wild theory. There's no evidence that it's happening at the Winter Olympics. International Ski and Snowboard Federation (FTS) Communications Director Bruno Saisi told BBC that there has, quote, never been any indication nor evidence that the male skier has injected hydrolonic. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to make sure I'm actually reading the right word here. Hyaluronic acid into their penis to gain an unfair advantage. So, though it's possible that this is happening and nobody has been caught yet. Quote, I'm not aware of the details of ski jumping and how that could improve the performance. World Anti-Doping Agency Director Oliver Gigley said when asked about the penis injection claims during the recent Winter Olympics press conference. Quote, if anything was to come on the surface, we will look at it and see if it's doping related. We don't address other non-doping means of enhancing performances. Quote. WADA's Polish president Witold Banka added, quote, ski jumping is very popular in Poland, so I promise you I'm going to look at it. Ayo. End quote. The Winter Olympics start on Friday in Italy. Mini ski jumping begins on Monday. So they got this weekend to look into it. However, that is insane to a degree. And then I also see every fucking medical doctor in the universe going like, well, let's do some science. Okay. TLDR. I've seen videos of dudes. I don't want to put like race on it, whatever, but I think it was like a Middle Eastern dude, right? So essentially they get the oil. It's like a hydraulic oil. I guess it's supposed to be hydraulic. I don't know what type of oil it was before this, but hydraulic oil, which to me means like pressure withstanding liquid that they use to, you know, obviously add pressure, more power, more, you know, stuff like that. I don't want to get too into it if nobody really cares or whatever. But it's used for stuff like that. So these people get that and they eject themselves with it in certain areas of the body, which causes the body to inflammate to make it look like they have bigger muscles. The dude in the video injected himself in the biceps, triceps, and he looked like a freaking balloon in the arms. It did not look good. But the idea, I believe, is that he just wanted to show quote unquote girth to, you know, I don't know, cause intimidation or whatever. I can't tell you if it increased performance. It didn't really look like he was like super Iron Man'd out or anything like that, like hulked out or anything. It just looked like he had like water balloons on his arms, implants, and that's just the blood vessels like swelling up, and then you have oil stuck in your fucking vessels. So it's like water cooling your PC, but except the oil is opposite of like water cooling. It's more conductive and heat, whatever. And you might be thinking, hey man, maybe that will look cool. Let me tell you how the story ends. This dumbass, with his inflated ego and muscles, goes up to like a UFC fighter, right? Like an MMA fighter, and he goes like, I'm gonna fight you, and we're gonna win, and blah blah blah, and blah, 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 blah. All that bullshit. Fight starts, round 1, round 2-ish, I'm not too sure, very early on. UFC fighter gets him so hard on the arm that it pops his arm. Like his muscle popped open because of the hydraulic pressure and added pressure that they were both adding to each other. That's how that story ends. So, if we're saying that these people may or may not be injecting their girthy friend in there to get more surface area, to expand the surface area, and or to maybe look different on camera, and to fly further, okay, no one's gonna get punched in the dick anytime soon, so I feel like that's a safe bet. Nothing's gonna explode, but it's the idea, to me at least, that we started from one place and now we're going to another. So it's a strange world out there. Maybe we let the scientists take care of it first. But for now, let's stay away from the hyaluronic acid for the time being. Suck on that. Well, you can tell. But in case you didn't know, it is been reported. Yes, it is true. Expeditioners tonight. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 developer receives French Culture Honor. Here we go. Culture in the making, baby. This is by Tom Phillips over at IGN. The development team behind Clair Obscur Expedition 33 have been given the status of Knight under the French Order of Arts and Letters in recognition of their significant contribution to the country's art and culture. French studio Sandfall Interactive revealed this news weeks via post on LinkedIn, of course, which included photos of the proud team wearing medals bestowed upon them by the French Ministry of Culture. While somewhat similar to British knighthood, the French Order of Arts and Letters does not allow holders to add "Sir" to the names. Still, it is a prestigious form of recognition awarded to just 200 people worldwide each year for the work creating something or outstanding cultural significance. Very nice. Since the launch, Clair Obscur, the game has received universal acclaim from fans and critics alike. 9 of the also recorded 13 nominations. It received at least year's Game Awards, crowned as the Game of the Year of 2025. Cool. Expedition Tonight's Team Ruin celebration of the latest prize we received yesterday in the Ministry of Culture to celebrate the game. Clair Obscur Expedition 83 and such, the members of Sandfall Interactive were awarded with the Order of Arts and Letters. Quote, this distinction honors us and our deepest thanks go especially to our team who shaped this world and the millions of players who have brought it to life. We hope that our journey will inspire all those who wish to take the plunge and create their own work. Recognition of by the French Ministry of Culture in the work and field of video games is rare, and for an entire studio of people to be recognized is completely unique. The Royal Knight status was first bestowed upon the game creator back in 2006 when Rayman Rabbids, nice, and Beyond Good and Evil designer Michael Ancel received the honor alongside Nintendo League Shigeru Miyamoto. There you go. And Alone in the Dark creator Frederick Reynal. Nintendo's veteran Zelda producer Eiji Aonuma was similarly honored in 2023, recently. Quote, word and inspiration on the sleeve, Clair Obscur Expedition paints itself as a pantheon of great RPGs with a brilliant combat system and gripping horror story. Very nice. So there you go. In case anybody ever told you that art was not, if video games weren't art or art was subjective and all that stuff, it's true. But when, a country goes like, you know what, dog, you did good. You did all right. Then yeah, that's kind of a big deal. And also to understand that it's just a moment in time that these people really came through to present something that could have been half-assed, quote unquote, but at the same time it's like they used the technology that they needed, and that's another conversation for a different time. So but at the same time it's like, yeah, they used that technology and they still created something that was like groundbreaking enough to push through all barriers and like really get nominated in multiple sections of our circle, our gaming circle, which is universal at this point. So when little ripples like this kind of happen, it really goes to show how important these things can be. And I've always believed in the power of movies and powers of storytelling, and to see video games getting that kind of recognition, not just because it looks good, right? Because you could always be like, oh man, God of War looks so good or whatever, it deserves the game of the decade, but it also had a story to tell, and that is, to me, one of the most important aspects of Expedition 33, even though we may not have finished it yet, which it's still in the book. Don't worry. I haven't been spoiled or anything, so don't trip. Hey, be cool. I love you. Moving on. Demo. Sip inside and enjoy mine. Mind's Eye. Get it? Boss claims 1 million media conspiracy to ruin his game in leaked video. But the Rocket Boy seems more interested in investigating leaks than improving the game. Damn! Wait a minute. That's it. Sorry, I only get one. That was way too much. I only get one. Yeah, okay. I couldn't have said it better myself. Regardless, let's go. This is by Lewis Parker over at Kotaku. Vamonos. Mark Gerhard, the co-CEO of Mind's Eye developer Build a Rocket Boy, has allegedly stated that a, quote, very big American company called Ritual Network, a YouTube and TikTok management agency which is actually based in the United Kingdom, is behind a more than $1 million million campaign to continue smearing the critically panned 2025 open world flop. What? Anyways, sounds like another big orange ring thing, I know. Insider Gaming reports that the Gerard spoke about the alleged conspiracy in an internal meeting with the other Build a Rocket Boy staff. Per alleged recordings of his remarks, Gerhard supposedly referred to Original Network as, quote, a bunch of gangsters, and also named a bunch of gangsters, and redirectly named the YouTube Cyberboy as one of the, quote, influences involved in the Mind's Eye smear campaign. Cyberboy is a content creator who was recently threatened with, quote, a formal cease and desist demand by Gerard via the Mind's Eye Discord last week, following the release of a now deleted video about an ex-Rockstar producer Leslie Bezzini and the Epstein files. Holy. Bezzini stated this week that he's never met Epstein before. Kotaku confirmed that an email address recently listed on Cyberboy's YouTube channel did not belong to the Rural Network. Okay. However, Gerard's reported claim that the Rural Network is a, quote, very big American company appears to be false, as the company lists Shrewtonthorpe, Northern Lincolnshire, as its registered address. It seemingly employs fewer than 20 individuals. Also, Ritual Network publicly available tax returns state that its net current assets in February 2025, 4 months before the Mind's Eye's June 2025 release, were somewhere around 80, I don't even know those, fudge, what are these? Crowns? No, it doesn't matter. That number, and roughly that number, oh, those is the European ones. Doesn't matter. Sorry, it matters, but it doesn't matter in this context. That's something shy of the 1 million euro sum reportedly alleged in the recording. According to Insider Gaming, Gerard stated during the internal meeting that Ritual Network and the content creators that allegedly paid, quote, will all be served in person criminal complaints shortly. Criminal charges including espionage, sabotage, and criminal interference. The purported video call also made a mention of a, quote, enhanced cybersecurity software called WorldMind, which had been installed on Build a Rocket Boy employees' work systems without their prior knowledge. What? Turning YouTube drama into future Mind's Eye content. What are we doing here? Oh, thank you. If true, that sounds like an awful lot of sort of futuristic dystopian side plot that can be featured within the narrative Mind's Eye. Funnily enough, Gerald also apparently stated that he wishes to use the names of those associated with the Ritual Network and the Mind's Eye mission in the future. Quote, given this has happened to us, I'm going to own this narrative, quote, he reportedly said. Quote, we will use these people, these names, and these facts for our own fun. We're going to put some of these names into our upcoming spy mission. Huh. In an official statement to Insider Gaming, Ritual Network stated that they are not, quote, not involved in the matter, and that they are also unaware of, quote, any legitimate legal action involving the Ritual Network and have not been provided with any evidence of supporting these claims, end quote. Build a Rocket isn't backing down from the allegations, however. Quote, sadly, we do have evidence that there has been a coordinated campaign to purposely and maliciously damage Build a Rocket's boys' reputations and undermine confidence in Mind's Eye, end quote. A spokesperson for the studio told Kotaku. We are, quote, we are working with our legal team and taking steps to address this, end quote. Build a Rocket Boy is ostensibly in the middle of trying to reboot the failed 2025 blockbuster. A surprise February 4th update was pitched as part of a, quote, reset for the brand and title, which will kick off the beginning of a, quote, new era for Mind's Eye. The shooter still has less than 50% positive rating on Steam, and at the time of this writing, only 40% count career players in the game. Okay. That was a lot. Allegedly. But there was one specific point that actually really just popped out for me. So no matter what, people being stupid are people going to be being stupid. Number two, this is a CEO of a, presumably multi-million-dollar company, trying to be like Grand Theft. This guy broke off from Rockstar Development, and he decided to make his own version of a Grand Theft Auto game, which is Mind's Eye. And I'm pretty sure he pulled a shitload of money from a shitload of people that were like, oh, you can make Grand Theft Auto, dude? And they gave him all the money. And he made the thing, and he made a thing, and he made a thing, and he made a thing. Okay. I like to sing. But we just had a conversation about a video game developer and development team getting knighted for being the goats of their generation. You know what I mean? They're literally the goats of their year generation of the PS5 era. Let's call it that. Whatever console generation this is. I think it's like 10th or 11th. 10th. And now we've gotten to a point where Mr. Wannabe Rockstar is out here going like, out here going like, we will use these people, these names, and these facts for our own fun. We're gonna put some of these names into our upcoming spy mission. And yeah, really just kind of balance those two scenarios, you know? And that's all I really gotta say about that. Because, like, art is art, you know? Art is subjective. You can do whatever you want with it. You can be whoever you want to be, quote unquote, in terms of the art that you're making. But it shows a lot about the person that you are when your art stops reflecting like creativity, right? Like a thought based from pure wonder, as opposed to being like, oh, well, now I just want to do shit to make myself feel better. And I do believe that is the biggest reflection point. That you can either build something because you know it's missing, or you feel this pull to flow in a certain way, something that comes beyond your own understanding. And then we get to a point where creativity becomes a cruel punishment for anything that doesn't fit our narrative. So I didn't think we'd get here with this statement. And I didn't think the leadership behind this team was that disgusting. Mind's Eye being a fucking shit show was a joke to me. I know a certain person that really had a good time joking about it. But this is different now. They're on my shit list. Keep my eye on you. Moving on. Because Miyazaki's not the only one with a headache. Damn it. Japanese developer behind tech that Studio Ghibli's Hayao Miyazaki called an insult to life itself to release Cozy God Sim game. Jesus. That's one way to go about it. This is Variety Townsend. Very nice. Anonymous user. I appreciate you. Over at IGN. A machine learning animation technology from the same creator whose work was infamously shot down by Studio Ghibli's Hayao Miyazaki in a viral video almost 10 years ago will be used in a new Evolution God Sim game coming out next week. As spotted by Video Game Chronicle, Annie Life. Motion Learning Life Evolution will release on Steam on February 12th, describing itself as a, quote, relaxing evolution simulation. Annie Life features a lush green world inhabited by monocolor creatures made up of blocks. These AI-driven creatures use machine learning to work out how to navigate and move around their environments. As a godlike observer, the player can choose to merely watch or lend a hand to these struggling creatures as they learn how to move. Alternately, you can rain down destruction with meteor showers. The company behind Annie Life is Japanese startup Atructure. The CEO of Atructure, Mayoshi Nakamura, first started developing technology behind games back when he was a graduate student in 2009. According to Lectures Any Life website, a related simulator that Nakamura was working on was picked up by Japanese telecom company Duango, operated for Nico Douga, Japan's YouTube, and was redeveloped into a different concept. This is what ends up being presented to Hayao Miyazaki by Duango CEO Nobu Kawakami on Japan Z's TV in 2016, in what would become a viral video. Quote, strongly feel that artificial intelligence is an insult to life itself. Hayao Miyazaki. Let's find out. Hit the that guy? Oh no. It was just an experiment. Oh, that is a sorry, wait. That is oh my god. Sorry. I just had flashbacks to like you guys ever watched the movie The Menu? It's a freaking phenomenal film. Anyone that cares about food, please go watch it. Or has worked in the service industry. Doesn't have to be food service industry. Please go watch The Menu, starring Ralph Fiennes, phenomenal actor, and Anna Taylor Johnson. No, whatever her name is. She was cool. She was hot for a cool like. She was hot as in she was in every movie for a cool minute, and now she's not in movies anymore. Anna Taylor Johnson, yeah, that girl. Sorry, I just had a flashback to a specific scene in that movie, and I'll explain more. More in the future. Let's see. I'm utterly disgusted. If you really want to make creepy stuff, you can go ahead and do it. I would never wish to incorporate. Feel strongly that this is an insult to life itself. I've been watching. Oh, bro. These are just like our experiment. We don't mean to do anything by showing it to the world. So, what's your goal? Producer Suki. So, what's your goal? Well, we would like to build a machine that can throw pixels like humans do. Like humans do. Would you? Yes. Kidneys, please. Jesus. I feel like we're nearing the end of times. We humans are losing faith in ourselves. Jesus. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, God, Ghibli! Did it again, damn it! You did it again. Oh man, that was stronger than I had any right to be. Didn't need a second with that one. Yeah, man. Yes. So, those guys are making a new game. Okay. So these AI game, you're essentially playing The Sims, but it's gonna be interesting to see what kind of content is inside and where it's quote unquote getting its information from. So keep an eye on that. Keep your head safe. Don't need Tylenol. Just drink a lot of water. Sugiwa. But here's something about the end of times. Danganronpa lead says the best way to get good games made is to lie to your bosses. Quote, you got to deceive the company. This is by Kenneth Shepard over at Kotaku. Danganronpa and the 100-line Last Defense Academy are the types of games it's hard to get a big company behind. One's a murder mystery about teenagers killing each other, and the other is a sprawling visual novel with 100 different endings. Kazugata Kodaka, the lead on both these projects, explained how he gets games like this out the door, and it sounds like the key to getting a teenage deathmatch murder mystery approved is lying to your bosses. During a Ask Me Anything on Twitter, a fan asked Kodaka nice, how he managed to get projectiles like projects like Danganronpa approved when most big game companies would scoff at the idea, to which he replied that deceiving the company is your best bet. Quote, "You got to deceive the company," he wrote. "Pursuing creative work while in the company is possible if you're someone who does whatever the company tells them, even if it means that you have to pretend to obey. Keep doing what you like. Use your company, and if something goes wrong, the one who hired you is to blame anyways. LOL. I have often wondered how Kodaka managed to pull off some of the swings he takes in Danganronpa series. The third visual novel, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, has a particularly bold anti-capitalist message that pokes fun at companies who keep churning out the same franchises every year. I would have been surprised if Spike Chunsoft cleared that when it makes the company look bad. That hasn't stopped the company from trying to pump out more and from the series, though, including a weird gacha spin-off called Danganronpa S that was pretty universally maligned by the fans. A new enhanced remake of Danganronpa 2 is coming later this year called Danganronpa 2x2, which includes a new what-if scenario with new murder cases to solve. Hell yeah. I'm excited for that. So, you heard it here first, folks. You gotta lie your way to... No, I'm just kidding. Well, okay. I feel like we come from the same cloth or place or whatever. When you are in a let's call it a hierarchy, company hierarchy. It's your workers, your whatever fucking managers, and your fucking secretary, and then you got your CEO or whatever bullshit, and your investors on top of his ass. Everybody wants one thing, and the higher you get up the ladder, the more and more of the same they want. It's called capital. It's called money. And as long as you're generating money, the people upstairs do not give a shit. That is the unfortunate truth. So, when you say, for example, you work from the inside to get what you need, it is the simple action of staying in line while doing what you know you want to do or you need to do. And I can't speak for the universe, but a lot of people who think they know what they're doing don't really know what they're doing. But the people who decide to do shit anyways, because they're about to learn something, that's the people I would bet on. So hey, a little bit of critical thinking, yeah? Let's get creative out there. Have fun. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. It's rough out there. Even in the apocalypse, because real life, it's just as hard. And live action Blue Lock film reveals trailer, more cast, and August 7th debut. Let's go. It is by Crystalline Hodgkins over at Anime News Network. And she's into the blue locking. The locking of the blue. The official Twitter account for the live action film based on Muniaka Kinshiro and Yusuke Nomura's Blue Lock soccer manga revealed on Friday that one or more cast members alongside a new visual and trailer. The trailer reveals the film opening in Japan on August 7th. The new cast member is Jinpa Egoi, that guy. Count has been unveiling new characters every day. A previous visual image showed the eyes of the 12 members of the Team Z. Damn. I like how they have their own eye colors. Yusuke Taki is directing the film. Tetsuo Kamata is writing screenplay. Shinzo Matsuhashi is serving producer. Credulous live action Golden Kamuy film is producing the film, and Toho is distributing. Kaneshiro and Nomura launched a manga in Kodansha's Weekly Shonen magazine in August 2018. Kodansha published manga's 37th compiled book volume on January 16th. The manga won the Best Shonen Manga Award in Kodansha's 45 Manual Manga Awards in 2021. Kodansha USA Publishing is releasing the manga in English digitally and is also releasing it in print. The company describes the story. Quote, after a disastrous defeat in 2018 World Cup, Japan's team struggles to recruit, but what's missing? An absolute ace striker who can guide him to the win. The Japan Fall unit is hell-bent on creating a striker who hungers for goals and thirsts for victory, and who can deceive the instruments, can be the decisive instrument in turning around the losing match. And to do so, they've gathered 300 Japan's best and brightest youth players who will emerge to lead the team, and will they be able to outmuscle and out-ego everyone who stands in their way. End quote. The original manga inspired a television anime series that premiered in Japan in 2022. TV Asahi and affiliates in the Numa Animation programming block. The anime ran for 24 episodes. Country streamed the series as a day, also streaming in English dub. Blue Lock vs. U20 Japan, second television anime series, debuted in October 2020. Really? In 2024 and aired for 14 episodes. Country was themed the anime as aired in North America, Central America, South America, Europe, Africa, Oceania, Middle West, and CIS. Anime is getting third season, adapting the Shin Eiyu Taisen Yu Hero War story. Kota Shin Namuya Blue Lock episode Nagi manga spin-off focuses on Shisho Nagi before he enters the titular Blue Lock facility. The manga launched in 2022 and Kodansha's Tatsu Shonen magazine and ended in July 2025. Kodansha Publishing is releasing spin-off manga in print. Nice. Spin-off inspired anime film that premiered in Japan April 24th sold tickets to earn £1,000,000 its first 3 days, ranked number 2 in Japanese box office in its opening weekend. Film opened in North America in June 2024. The company was streaming the film with subtitles and several dubs. Cool. I totally missed out on that one. But my nephew was actually into this for a cool second. So for the sake of my kin, what is the Blue Lock? Let's find out. Riddles. Oh, he's the guy. That's the main character. Do it. 1 out of 300. Great rock. Dead or alive. Spoilers. Oh. Guy wearing no socks? Oh shit. Oh, they're all wearing no socks. He's striking. Hadouken. Whatever. Yeah, he's a striker. He's a Super Mario striker. Is that how the movie ends? All right. For the sake of my little guy, who's actually taller than me at this point, they're fucking huge. So anime becoming live action, nothing new, nothing different. What is very exciting is that these are happening more often, meaning that they figured out something that's making them allow them to adapt these movies on the fly, which also means America, step your game up, dog. It's time. It's happening. It's time. It's happening, dog. Let's freaking go. Because Master of the Universe is coming out soon, too. And Master of the Universe director calls Jared Leto's live-action Skeletor, quote, the embodiment of toxic masculinity. Damn. It's by Michael Kripe over at IGN. Live-action Masters of the Universe director Travis Knight has teased that Jared Leto's character is, quote, the embodiment of toxic masculinity. The filmmaker behind the live-action adaptation opened up about how he and the cast are reimagining He-Man and other 80s icons during a recent interview with Empire. Knight says he worked on the controversial actor with the controversial actors to bring the infamous crackling sorcerer to life without sacrificing qualities that helped him stand the test of time. Skeletor was a really interesting villain, the director said when describing the original Masters of the Universe cartoon. Quote, he looked cool, he was scary, he was funny, he was insecure. And then, of course, he had this distinctive voice. Cool. I wanted someone to craft their own version of that, he added. Leto seemed like a really interesting villain, the director said when describing the original Leto seemed like a perfect fit when the night saying Tron Ares, Morbius actor, approached the Master of the Universe movie with him first. Quote, because he loves Skeletor and he has his own history with the character, with the film's only full trailer largely keeping the muscly blue villain out in the spotlight. It's unclear exactly what this version of Skeletor walks, talks, and acts like, but the director offered a few teasers. And ultimately, we landed on something that I'm really happy with. Skeletor's kind of the embodiment of toxic masculinity. Quote, he wanted to swing for the fences, Knight said of Leto. And ultimately, we landed on something that I'm really happy with. Skeletor's kind of the embodiment of toxic masculinity. Outside of Master of the Universe, the actor has remained a divisive figure in the entertainment world for years. While moviegoers were left split regarding his portrayal of characters like Joker, oh yeah, the Joker, I forgot he did that, and Michael Morbius, curiosity became a concern when it was revealed that he once sent his Suicide Squad castmates items that ranged from questionable to grotesque, like a dead rat. He did do that. The 30 Seconds to Mars vocalist then became embodiment of controversy in June 2025 after 9 women came forward to accuse him of sexual impropriety, with some being minors when they met him. Leto denied the claims and led Disney's Tron Ares just 5 months later. Damn. I didn't know all of that. Damn, son. Even I don't know half of these shits. But, like, that's kind of important, right? For now, it's unclear how much of the actor will face and appear in Master of the Universe, with the trailer showing a Skeletor that adopts the school head for most of the iconic incarnations. His voice remains a mystery too, though it sounds like Knight has at least done his best to steer away from something too radically different in the past. I said, fuck that shit. Skeletor has a skull face. Knight told Empire when referring to the previous design with a golden skull mask. And that's just the way it is. It's a living, talking, emoting skull. And that's that. Master of the Universe stars Nicholas Godzine as He-Man, as he's set to come in theaters June 5th, 2026. Very nice. So there's that. Personally, I'm excited. I do hope this kind of looks okay. I'm at a point in the universe, where, like, we don't need so much nostalgia, but reimagining isn't exactly what it's caked up to be either. So there's like a fine line that we should be walking with these things. I'm thinking about what was that recent remake that got hated on, like, really badly? Until the day was gone, and I sat and regret of all the things I've done. For all that I'm blessed, and all that I wrong in dreams until my death, I wonder. Nice. Your house. Here you go. Me room, my room, patiently I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there, alone, love. Oh. Okay, moving on. Yeah, man. So, okay, Star Trek. Thank you. I was just thinking about that the whole time. Of course. So, Star Trek, new show, whatever. I don't know anything about it, except the fact that everybody that likes Star Trek is saying, what the fuck is this thing that's not Star Trek? So that's where the reboot machine veers on the other end. I think we're at a good enough point that enough people in Hollywood, director's chair, associates, are able to call out shitty interpretations when they see it. Specifically because said directors and creators and, animators and whatever care about the thing that they are making. Might be nostalgia, might be a good paycheck. Regardless, you look at this, you look at the hood, And as someone who has never seen a full episode of He-Man, I go like, yeah, that's the guy. So I hope it works out, man. You know, I'm a little concerned when it goes, oh, he's ultimate toxic masculinity, but what do you call it? He-Man actor kind of looks like a blonde bimbo on the other end, which I really don't hope is the end goal for his character. Obviously, I hope he kind of like comes around. He's like, yeah, now he's He-Man. But if we're gonna go so hard on one end, I'd really hope that we're fair on the other end of a positive masculine figure, you know? And maybe that's asking too much, but hey, guy can hope. So, Neon posts English subtitle trailer for Exit 8 live action film because hoping sometimes hope is all you got left. North American film distribution company Neon, good people, Austrian-Wayne films like Parasite, Arona, US distributor, began streaming the English subtitle trailer on Thursday for its release on the Kotaku Creates Infinite Loop horror game Exit 8. The film will open in North America on April 10th. The film opened in Japan in August 2025 and ranked number 2 in its opening weekend. The film sold tickets and earned yen in its first 3 days. The film, had the highest earning opening 3 days for a live-action film in Japan for 2025 at the time of its opening. The film earned a cumulative total of about 32 million yen as of October 19th. The film had its world premiere screening at Cannes during the festival in May 2025, received an 8-minute standing ovation. Damn. The film's poster image right also won Cannes Prix Luke's poster competition. Singer and actor Kuzunari Namoya live-action letters to Iwo Jima, okay? Assassination Kafram stars in the film and first collaboration with director Genki Kumawara. Okay, Susume. In the game, players trapped in the subway station in an underground passageway that goes in an endless loop to escape the exit 8. Players must keep walking while looking carefully at anomaly that foreshadows danger. Clock Create, which is actually the name of one person in the game developer, launched the game on PC. Kotake Create via Steam November 23rd, and the game was available on PS Store, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and all these other things. My Dear is released a virtual reality version on MetaQuest Store in 2025, and then PC via Steam during the game also got released on game was covered on YouTube. Yep. Cool. Let's watch it. Oh. This is actually a trailer. Yeah. Hell. Haunting Master and Unforgettable. Sick. Rule set. Oh, the Mobius strip. It's a uncheckable nightmare. Twisted inventive chiller. Oh damn. Oh, it's a dead baby. No. Oh my god. Devastatingly entertaining. Oh, they're rats. Exit 8, Deguchi 8. Hachi. Deguchi Hachi. And yeah, skinless rats with an eyeball. Wow. So I've never actually played this game, which is very nice. Which means that I get to go into this movie completely unaware of where we're going with the story. Except for now, I kind of understand where we're going with the story. That was a good trailer. Yeah, and again, like I'm very excited to see how like these foreign films, quote unquote foreign to us, America, are going to start hitting the American scene, but in a way that's never been as popular as before. I'm legitimately thinking of Funimation and how they brought Dragon Ball Z to America is the amount of level that we're getting from Neon bringing the Exit 8 to the Americas. That's the exact same level of like importance that I'm getting from this moment right now. So to me, that's very exciting. Again, it just means that more Hollywood producers are going to be looking at these films and going to be like, holy shit, these guys know what they're doing. Let's go look at their media and let's go see what Akira film we can fucking make Akira. Yes, that's it. That's it. But just like any beautiful art piece, things could always go wrong. Don't know, no waiting for y'all. I'm done with wasting my time. Don't got that much to live for. Just live for the ride. Cause Resident Evil Requiem amiibo does the impossible. Makes Leon ugly. Who is this man? It's by Kenneth Shepard over at Kotaku. Look at him go. He looks more like the guy from Silent Hill 2, man. You know, you're ever looking, for example, the power of the human artistry. You can typically look to incredible sculptures and statues that depicted the human form, like David by Michelangelo, or the work of Rodin. But these pieces have the advantage of not being mass-produced by people who buy and stick on the Nintendo systems to unlock cosmetics. The Leon Kennedy Resident Evil Requiem amiibo doesn't have such luxuries, but it nonetheless accomplishes something remarkable as well. It somehow finally makes a zombie shooting heartthrob ugly. Nightmare for the Living. That's not to say the Grace Ashcroft figure is much better. Both of them look like cheap wedding cake toppers. Amiibos typically feature more stylized characters, like most of Nintendo's heroes, so they don't often have to be very detailed. Resident Evil Requiem, however, is a photorealistic game that would lend itself to more detailed statues. These figures' faces are so generic looking that if it weren't for Leon's distinct swooping hair, it probably would have been a hard time identifying him. And trust me, I've looked at his face extensively for decades. Where is his old man scruff? Quote, reading the comments, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, but I must admit, I'm not familiar with Amiibo and their usual quality. Next stick wrote on Reddit, quote, are they always this rough? I think these look pretty bad, especially Leon, like one of those bad Switch ports. Quote, Grace seems nice, Leon a little less so. If nothing else, the existence of Leon amiibo, a goofy looking one at that, means we get good jokes, even if a lot of them have the same punchline. And can you remember seeing in the jar scene me and my friends leaves the room after we finished tribute? Where's everyone going? Bingo? Hopefully these aren't expensive 40 plus amiibos and are in the 15 to 20 range. They're both coming out after Requiem's launch, with the game itself after arriving later this month on February 27th, both figures launching in summer. Interesting. So yeah, I just wanted to put that one out there, that in case you sorry. Oh my god, in case you really wanted a small portable Leon in your pocket, maybe we look somewhere else. Maybe we look at the Nendroids, yeah? But I digress. It's there. I don't know. It just comes to show that, like, when you don't really care about the end product, you know, you get things like this. So hey, let's move on to another quest. Dragon Quest creator Yuji Hoри's life story turned into educational manga. It's by Ken Kudagross over at Anime News Network. Japanese publisher Shokugan announced on Tuesday it is publishing an educational manga based on Dragon Quest creator Yuji Hoри's life, titled Shingakushu Manga Jinbun Tsukan Dragon Quest no Umi no Oya Hori Yuji. New educational manga biography, Yuji Horii, the father of Dragon Quest. Very nice. The volume explores Hori's life from his manga-loving childhood in Awaji Island at Hyogo Prefecture to how he became a great creator. The book also features an interview with Hori. Look at him, so happy. Got the same smile. Hori himself said after the announcement, quote, "It's been embarrassing, but I've become a manga." Since the manga, some pets are a bit exaggerated, but I hope you'll smile while reading it. Shingakusei Manga Jinbutsu-san, Dragon Quest no Umi no Oya, Hori Yuji. Oya means parent. Hori Yuji will ship on February 24th for $8. Pre-order is currently available online through Amazon Japan, Rakuten Books, Kunokuya, Yoshida, Ihon, HMV, and Books Online, Honya Clubs, Heaven and Shaman, Book and Tower Records Online. Just want to make sure you guys all know that there's book people in the universe. So yeah, man, I have a huge spot soft. What? Stupid. I have a huge soft spot for when like legends, right? Like maestros is what we call them in Spanish. Like creators of the art, maestros. You know, like it's teacher. It's like a shifu, right? Like masters of their craft. There you go. Masters of the craft. Maestros. They do the job. They make a name. They do the job. They share the universe. They give their emotions out there. And they make a U-turn and they go like, "Alright, mates. Here's the notes. I did everything I could and I had a damn good time doing it. Here are the footnotes. Read up, enjoy, go have a blast, learn something." I just fucking love when creators do that, you know? And it's I don't know if it's gonna be like a super long series or if it's like a one done book, but you know, being cool, adding that structure and like quote unquote inspiring future creators or anyone who just really gives them about Dragon Quest can really get immersed in this and understand stuff. So, and then yeah, you can pick all this up, you can learn a few things, and then you can play Dragon Quest and you can be like, damn, so that's what he was like going through when he came up with all this stuff, and that becomes its own adventure in my book. So I really enjoy and respect when creators can turn around and give back just for the sake of like, yeah, it's I want you guys to know, because knowledge is powerful. It's simply one of the greatest currencies we have aside from time, and what we do with that knowledge during our time is reflected throughout history. Because Epic calls Jeffrey Epstein is alive, Fortnite's conspiracy a hoax. Spoofed accounts. It's by Lewis Parker over at Kotaku. Epic Games shot down rumors that a Fortnite account sharing the same username as a YouTube account owned by Jeffrey Epstein belonged to the deceased financier. The company calls it a, quote, ruse, apparently orchestrated by random Fortnite players intending to spoof the Elias leak in the last week's trove of Epstein files. The clarification followed several viral conspirational posts online alleging Epstein was still alive because of a Fortnite account, though it thought to be linked to him, appearing to be active following his death back on August 10th, 2019. Most popular regarding the Littlest Jeff 1 Fortnite account came from a user, Pirate Nation on X. $30 for V-Bucks on Fortnite. Jeez Louises. The post in question features several screenshots of documents from 3 million new Epstein files released in the Department of Justice on January 30th, arranged in a pinboard-like fashion to claim something wasn't adding up about to connect the villain's death. One file revealed that Jeffrey Epstein had a YouTube account under the username Littlest Jeff 1 and had purchased the film titled Frenzy using the accounts on October 25th, 2024. Another file includes a $25.95 receipt for Fortnite V-Bucks on May 7, 2019, although said receipt makes no retention of Littlest Jeff's username. Littlest Jeff Fortnite account was spoof. The Fortnite account registered with the name Littlest Jeff was discovered using the website Fortnite Tracker. The account was used during Fortnite's Chapter Season 1, which began December 3rd, 2023. This led to conspiracy that Epstein's death was somehow faked and he was holed up somewhere in the world playing Fortnite. So the account was active in Israel, leading to speculation about whether Epstein at one point worked as a spy for the Israeli government, only added to online drama. Tim Sweeney. Epic. Someone's been having fun renaming the Fortnite account, but it's risky and not connected to email address in archive. Things spread far and wide enough that the official Fortnite status account for just Pirate Nation post directly to refute a theory. A few days ago, an existing Fortnite account owner charged their username with something totally unrelated to Little Jeff 1 following the revelation of Little Jeff 1 as name on YouTube. The company wrote on February 6th, these Fortnite trackers only display your current name, not any prior changes to it. The company also clarified that it has, quote, no record of the subject, email address, reference in public documents existing in the Epic account system. According to Epic, since public documents listing the Little Jeff account was released, several people have been created Fortnite accounts with similar looking email address and usernames. While it's still not clear who the Fortnite V-Bucks purchased and F9 files refers to, it did have an Xbox account. The Microsoft platform ended up banning him after he became a registered sex offender. Wow, that was a lot. Mostly because it's really eye-opening to think how close these people can be at any point, and that goes to me as well. Like, fuck, I'm out there being potato, dropping money on this shit, and you never know who's on the other side of that barrel or whatever. So, and obviously that goes for everything, right? Everything in the universe. It's a shitty place to be where you can't trust your environment, or to feel like you don't belong in a place that you are forced to stay. And that does suck. It really does suck. So I the only thing I can really ask for or hope for is that everyone just does their best to be good about it, or be nice, be kind, helpful, understanding, and you don't have to overexert yourself either, but if you can, try, you know. I think that's the only way we get past anything like this, because I think about men, I think about dudes, I think about how it's almost like a sin for a grown man to show emotion. And that means even like caring for a little one. Like I love my nephews, but I personally would find it a little weird too if I were to take a knee down and like, I don't even know. I pat my nephew's back all the time, like, hey, what's up, buddy? What's going on? Or like just to do that to a random little one that I don't know, right? And I wouldn't have any issue with that, but the culture and how it's portrayed men has put us in a corner where we can't even extend a hand to support a child, because some people would look at that and scoff or feel any certain type of way. And that is the reality. A few bad apples ruin the whole bunch. So what can we do? Godspeed. Isabella Merce set to star in a new film adaptation of zombie Dead Silence of the Dead. Sure, buddy. A few movie news over the weekend. Just lighten up the mood a bit. Video game adaptations are all the rage these days, so why not add another cool one to the list, as by Lex Briscoe over at IGN. The Last of Us Alan and Alien Romulus star Isabel Marcid is set to star in an upcoming film adaptation of the hit Sega franchise, House of the Dead. The adaptation was previously announced with Paul W.S. Anderson at the helm, which is definitely a good sign for any video game adaptation. Anderson is responsible for the original Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil films, as well as the 4th, 5th, and 6th installments of Resident Evil franchises. So it makes a lot of sense that he would want to delve into 1997 game and bring it life to on the screen. Quote, House of the Dead is a game I've loved for many years, and I'm beyond thrilled to be bringing this to the big screen with such exciting talent as Isabella at its heart, Anderson said in a statement. Quote, we envision this as the start of a tentpole franchise which we can explore the rich world and lore that Sega has created over a whole series of films. Quote, House of the Dead is particularly noteworthy as a horror shooter game because it's one of the special detail. It's basically pioneered the concept of zombies running fast in video games, which obviously continue to inspire other games and films alike over the years. There are no exact details on Rashid's character just yet, but considering players will take on a role of an AMS agent, employees of an agency that handles world-ending conspiracies, it appears she might be playing one of those folks. That said, time will tell. Anderson is also producing this fresh take on the series alongside Sega executive producer Toru Nakahara and Dimitri M. Johnson, Michael Lawrence Goldberg, and Timothy Stevenson's of Story Kitchen. Jeremy Bolt, one of the producers of Anderson's first Resident Evil films, will also produce it with Mercedes herself. Serving as executive producer, the project is set up to go in for international sale at the upcoming European film market. Quote, working with Isabella is a thrilling opportunity as she embodies the heroine character perfectly, bringing dramatic energy to production. Nakahara also noted in his statement, quote, we're dedicated to crafting a visually striking and immersive experience by introducing compelling actors and terrifying creatures that will bring the House of the Dead universe to life on the big screen. With a deep understanding of video game adaptations, we're eager to deliver an electrifying cinematic journey for the franchise's fans. End quote. Okay, so how about some good news for once? Here, we have a gentleman who has experience working on movie game franchises. Not just that, he actually really enjoys this video game franchise, which is super refreshing because I think of something like Borderlands, which while it did have actresses that should have like mattered or whatever, all that BS Hollywood stuff, it was trash. So you can't really get away with just like being like, oh, well, this person in this movie. Yeah, well, the movie was shit. So like, get good. So here we have an actual easy adaptation. Zombies, 2 agents, guns. And Sega at the top to like boot, you know what I mean? Like the name Sega to really propel this movie. Again, we're looking at video games, we're looking at animes being adapted into movies. We're seeing this wave of pop culture kind of like fully engulf itself and try to fill in the spots of like, oh, we don't have that movie yet, let's make that movie. And while that could be a terrible thing, like Sydney Sweeney and fucking Michael Bay bitching about how they want to make video game movies, it takes the people with talent and discipline to go, nah, dog, I know what movie I want to do. So, looking forward to this with great anticipation. I believe this is going to be a vibe. I genuinely love House of the Dead. House of the Dead and Time Crisis, or not even Time Crisis, just House of the Dead actually, yeah, are the reasons I know how to dual wield pistols. Guns akimbo. I got you, baby. So, with all that being said, if it's there, I'm there. So, lock in, lock up, and roll out. Because anime movies, baby, let's go! G-Kid screen Shoji Kawamori's Labyrinth anime film in North America on May 10th and 11th. Labyrinth is by Alex Mateo over at Anime News Network. G-Kids announced on Thursday it has acquired North American theatrical rights to Shoji Kawamori's original animation film Labyrinth. Meikyu no Shiori, white. Meikyu no Shiori, something about like a colliding of white colliding, something like that. And it will, and we'll, oh shoot, do you know Labyrinth? This is Labyrinth, no Shiori. And it will screen the movie for 2 nights only on May 10th and 11th, with Japanese and with English subtitles and with English dub. Film opened in Japan on January 1st. Hey yo. Cast includes these people. Very nice. Very nice. Mayan, I know that girl. Voices this offers. Kawamori across animation directed the animes feature-length finishing not based on existing franchises. Sanzigen. Original story concept was created companies for Slow Curve, Region Gotcha, and Future Animation. Slow Curve was created, planning, and producing, and project released at the Max on Frontier. Characters and listeners wrote the script. So all these classic people, I guess, from across Frontier and AKB. Original staff, other staff members include these people, you. pop group Atarashikako performs the film's theme song Sailor Sail On. Kawamori stated in comment of the film that was born an idea that smartphones that people use are another self that accumulates data such as personal information. Kawamori added that he aimed to create an emotional pop entertainment piece that combines song and horror. Damn. Okay. That's pretty cool. That sounds cool. I'm interested. So yeah, that is coming to America. Yeah, I make a point out of looking into these guys and sharing it with y'all because like I forget dates all the time. So if G Kids is saying that there's an anime film screening in between 2 days, I will make a note of that. And thank you for also joining me on this note. So hey, cool kid, smartphones, lots of intense horror combined with, and you got your broody main character with a red coat. You already know I'm in. ¿Por qué no los dos? Nemo. In case you wanted more colors for your living room or your background, the Analog 3D is giving these unreleased N64 colors a second chance. Just announced line goes on sale next week. Limited qualities. This is by B. Werthermer over at Kotaku. What? The Analog 3D, a premium gaming console that's fully compatible with Nintendo 64 games, just got a new line of translucent color waves replicating 5 colors that were prototyped for the N64 but never released. The new Analog 3D Prototype Edition follows a limited release of Analog's futuristic line, which replicated the N64's futuristic colorful translucent shells last December and sold out in less than 2 hours. The new limited edition line comes in 5 colors: Ghost, Sea Glass, and the star of the show, in my opinion, Glacier. In a milky white, atomic purple, and deep plum, extreme green, and you guessed it, neon green, and ocean and cobalt. Ghost in Sea Glass. Ghost in Sea Glass. This one, no. Okay. 5 colors were officially prototyped for Nintendo and Nintendo 64. The company writes, only since now, they were real. They were manufactured. They were never released. Company continues, Analog 3D Prototype Editions finally released these lost colors as limited editions. History finished decades later. Quote. The unreleased N64 colors were discovered in 2019 by console variations after a former Nintendo of Europe employee contracted the site. A little piece of lost video game history will be restored for the lucky customers who manage to get their hands on the new line before it sells out. The, quote, highly limited Analog 3D Prototype Edition consoles will be available for purchase on Monday, February 9th, 8 a.m. PST, with a ship within 48 hours. They will retail at $300. In partnership with Analog, 8-Bit Do is releasing a series of matching controllers for the new prototype console line. The controllers will also be available for pre-order in February, though they won't ship out until April. Controllers will be sold out separately. Controllers will be sold separately for $45. In addition to Analog 3D, the console maker also sells the Analog Pocket, a handheld compatible with games for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, though it's currently out of stock. The Analog 3D is available in standard black and white for $269, with matching 8-Bit Do controllers sold separately for $39.99. Okay, so in case you retro heads are out there collecting, then yeah, I would recommend that. That's cool. I feel like the 64 is one of those consoles that don't get enough like attention, even though it might have been one of the. It's sad because it's right before the CD PlayStation era, so these things had something going for them with all the 3D stuff, and then Sony came in and knocked their bell with all their 3D stuff. So I personally don't find it as appealing / attractive, but I'd assume there's some Nintendo diehards out there that really would appreciate having their library up-res with this type of technology, which is always great, right? These look cool. Go have fun with it. Enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy it too. Pero, let's get it on with it, because it's never like the never, said Beaver Fever. K-pop Demon Hunters Lego sets, Nerf swords, Marsh Squishmallows, and Furbies. Yes, a derpy Furby. It's by Ken and Kura Gross over at Anime News Network. The global animated phenomenon K-pop Demon Hunters and building block maker Lego announced on Wednesday that the brands are partnering for a line of toys. Lego will unveil its first product for pre-order this spring, quote, with additional sets to come in 2027. Hello, friend. Are you ready for Lego K-pop Demon Hunters coming soon? Play the thing. Play with it. K-pop Demon Hunters also revealed in collaboration with Jewelry Z's Squishmallow plush toys on Tuesday. K-pop Demon Hunters character Derpy and Suisi have been reincarnated as a Rose Bay Derpy and Rose Bay Suisi plush dolls. Pre-orders for plushies are available on Amazon and GameStop for US $20 and US $15 respectively. I like this one. I like it a lot. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, Hasbro released more details on its own K-pop Demon Hunters partnership on January 27th. Its lineup includes toys from its Nerf, Furby, and Monopoly brands. Nerf K-pop's Blades, Nerf K-pop Hunters Remy 4 Tiger Sword, Nerf Demon Hunters Mira Curved Moon Sword, Kill. That's cute. K-pop Demon Hunters Electronic Stick, Netflix Monopoly Hasbro, and K-pop's Saja Boys Electronic Light Sticks, Saja Boys. Interesting. Furby's K-pop Demon Hunters Derpy Tiger, Furby's K-pop Demon Hunters Saja Boys Demon. This is a hat. This is a hat. This guy. And K-pop's Monopoly, of course. Toys are set to launch in July 15, 2026. The price ranging from $9 to $24.99. Mattel and Hasbro announced a joint global co-master toy license partnership with Netflix in October 2025. The Netflix Hasbro partnership includes products across categories such as Special Feature Plus, Youth Electronics, and Role Play. Hasbro already released their earlier Monopoly deal, K-pop Demon Hunters game, on January 1st. K-pop Demon Hunters is a 2025 musical urban fantasy film directed by Nagy Kang and Chris Belhams and animated by Sony Pictures Animation. The film premiered on Netflix on June 20th. Stars Arden Cho and Hyung Sub, Mei Hyung, Ji Young Hyo, Yoon Jin Kim, Sunyel Dae Kim, Ken Jong, and Lee Byung Hun. Its first sing-along event made in August was Netflix's first film to top the U.S. weekend box office. Several trade news sources report that Netflix and Sony are aiming to release a sequel in 2029. Sheesh. So what does this mean? Let me lay this down for you real quick. Netflix is encouraging melee weapons. Gender is irrelevant, right? Clearly, it's a girl K-pop band, right? But Nerf is developing weapons for our little ones. And Hasbro is getting into the light stick game. Oh my god. I did not think we'd ever get here. Light sticks made, like, industrialized light sticks by Hasbro. Jesus. And then these kids being derpy. I like them. So, hey. Just goes to show that if you have something that you really believe in, that you think is gonna shake the universe, that only comes from like deep inspiration, then hey, you never know. You might actually come out of it with Nerf weapons, which, you know, look cool. I wouldn't pick these up because, you know, it's like, maybe these. If you can throw these around, I'd probably look into this. But everything else is like, maybe, well, this is kind of cool with this. You know, it's so dumb. I like tools. Let's just leave it at that. So that's where that goes. I hope they have fun with that. I hope the kids are having fun with that. Just the thought of imagining a 7-year-old running outside her door with like a freaking weapon, a Nerf weapon, is amusing to me. And I really do hope I get to see that in my lifetime. So there's that. If you wanted more K-pop demon merch, then have at the enjoy. I personally do like K-pop, the story itself, good animation, and apparently now there is another Fortnite collaboration with them. So trust me, those guys, they made it. Proud of y'all. Enjoy and have fun. But looks like our time is coming to an end. and while things happen the way they happen, I do enjoy just vibing, relaxing, and going with the flow. I don't really like forcing things, you know, and there's just something to be said about when life just kind of happens in a way that just works out. So those moments are the moments that I most strive for, and I hope y'all get to experience those too. Moments of certainty, of happiness, of clear motion, and the will to keep on pursuing. So, with all that being said, vámonos. Let's go knock on some doors. Wow, wow. This is a classic. I'm just gonna go for it. So let's go for it. Let's try to pick. Nice. Smooth. Oh, wait. Almost had a party without me. It's all the same, only the name will change every day. Seems we're wasting away another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not for days. And people I meet always go their separate ways. Sometimes you tell the day by the bottle that you drink. Sometimes when you're alone and all you do is think. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive. All right. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Like the string, 6 string on my back. I'm played for keeps, 'cause I might not make it back. I've been everywhere, so I'm standing tall. I've seen a million faces, and I rock them all, 'cause I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride, I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm a cowboy, I got the night on my side, and I'm wanted, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead I try, dead or alive. No le digan así, güey. Well, whatever you are, as long as you have fun. Saigo no. Classic. So kana. Before nice. Couldn't look you in the eyes, just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You flow like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Don't care for her. Wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect song. I want you to notice when I'm not around. Just so fucking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. She's running out the door. She's running out. She runs out. Run. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. I'm hungry. I'm a weirdo. What am I doing here? I don't belong here. We don't belong here. Bueno. That's a fun one. I always enjoy the vibes from the past. But it's time to go start cooking. And I got about 3 hours before they start throwing that pigskin. So, this is the part where I say, thank you for being cool. Thank you for being fun. Thank you for hanging out. And I hope you have a wonderful, awesome week to go about. Enjoy the food. I'm going to try to look for a gym sesh afterwards. And hopefully you'll have fun out there. But until then, hasta la próxima. It's been your boy, Kamisa to EXP, wishing you buenos días, buenas tardes, and an awesome Super Bowl Sunday. But until then, ciao. Not today. There are many things that I said maybe gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonder. You're my wonder. Hasta la próxima.